Hi Taurus, welcome to Spiritualista. This is your weekly energy forecast from the 6th until the 12th of October. If you like a personalized deep dive reading, the link to my Etsy shop is below because this is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate. But if you want to go really deep, we have love readings, we have career readings, we have life purpose readings, we have decision-making readings, inner child readings, everything you can think about that is very much personalized to you. But this is a general one based on your zodiac sign. So let's get right to it and let's see, Taurus, what is your week ahead gonna bring forth for you guys here? So let's see. Taurus, please tap into Taurus energy from the 6th until the 8th, not the 8th, the 6th until the 12th of October. Please tap into Taurus from the 6th until the 12th of October. Highest possible source for Taurus, please. Let's see here. Taurus. All right, there we go. All right, so present moment card is the 3 of Wands. And your crossing or your challenging card this week is going to be Justice. Interesting crossing. Okay, so there's a little bit of a challenge there with finding some balance for you guys. There's something that is not equalized. And what is the word? Equilibrium is the word, but is there a way to bend it and like equalize, like equilibrize? I'm not an English speaking person, as you can tell. I'm Brazilian and I live in Sweden, so English is like my third language. But yeah, let me know in the comments. And then you have your crowning energy, so what's on the top of your mind. And this is pretty, it's a harsh news, right? This is a 10 of Swords, so this is like a rock bottom energy. Something that you've been through just recently that was pretty heavy for you guys. And we're gonna find out more about what that was, what it means to you right now. But at least it's over. That's the card that shows up when it's happened already. You've been through the process or like in between processes right now, but it's tough. Yeah, there's a hard time going on for you guys there. Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah, because this is the 9 of Swords and that's what's on your subconscious mind. So both above and below right now, you're going through some struggles here. Mental struggles, like not saying like psych ward struggles, but just anxiety, you know, and just feeling, likely lots of overthinking right now, negative thought loops, and just like being in a more negative state of mind. So yeah, it's a rough time, guys. Okay, so 6 of Cups, that's in your not near, oh my goodness, what's going on with me today? So your recent past is the 6 of Cups, and your near future is, all right, the Death card. So all about transformation. So it makes sense since you're going through something that is this intense. There is always some transformation that's going to happen on the other side of that when you come through the pain and you start doing the healing there, and that's represented by Death. And then you have the Page of Swords and your suggested approach. So that's your advice from the universe. And in your surrounding energies and what you need to know, we have the Knight of Wands. And in your hopes and fears, so we do have, all right, so the 9 of Wands. So yeah. You're feeling defensive. Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's keep going. You have your potential future here represented by the 7 of Pentacles. Very good. And then we have the bottom of the deck with the Queen of Cups today for you guys. This is, yeah. All right, I'm trying to discern what this means. Okay, let's get right to it. All right, Taurus, so 3 of Wands here at the center. So that's your present. There's this sense of just, yeah, you're standing on the edge. Like you're scanning for signs that your efforts are paying off here. And you've already sent your energy out into something here. And now you're just watching to see what's going to return to you. But then with Justice crossing, like this to me feels like a reality check in its energy. So yeah, it's a challenge about fairness, this card, and taking accountability. So yeah, you're sort of waiting to align with your integrity here. And this could be legal. Like actually I'm getting a sense it could be a legal matter, like it could be a divorce. There's something that involves like paperwork energy here. So definitely a moral type of decision that's weighing on you right now. So Spirit is telling you to not compromise your values here for a quick win. Just stay in that integrity. It's already there. It's nothing that you have to wait for. I feel that you think that you have to, maybe not to hurt the other person too much. But especially if it is a legal case, you have to be honest about it. You have to be upfront. But definitely there's yeah, yeah. Definitely about a big decision here, a big life-changing decision that involves another person here. And right now it's all about waiting for the results of that. And I feel that you might be wanting to protect them in a way, even though you have to protect yourself. And I don't think that they're doing the same thing to you. I don't think that they are. But I feel that you're being a little bit like selfless here, maybe a little bit too much. So much so that you feel that you have to omit certain parts of this action, this event, in order to protect this other person. And that's actually like sort of screwing you over here, because the people that are involved in this are perceiving some dishonesty from you here because you're hiding something here. And that's not going to be beneficial to you. And then Ten of Swords there, like that's heavy in your crown. So that's like, oof. You're very much aware that this has ended, this situation. That's why I'm getting this like divorce. Like, yeah, definitely a breaking point of a connection here. And you know it's run its course, right? And you're still there, like you're lingering and mentally acknowledging the ending, but it's hurting you. And your heart hasn't caught up to it yet, you know, even though you know that it's very much real, there's still a lot of pain in that. But definitely, yeah, it is shaking you. Something broke apart here. Knight of Swords, Foundation. Wow, it's such a heavy spread, guys. So I'm very worried. There's lots of anxious energy here. Like you're replaying a lot of events that has happened and transpired here. And it's just like it's eating at you, like beneath the surface too, like both ways, you know, mentally and your soul. So it's like you've known about this for a while now. Like your mind has been anticipating this and knowing about this ending here. Yeah, so it was bound to happen, right? Now this is just here to confirm that this cycle is like, it really is done. It's actually closed. But you're still in the middle of this process here trying to resolve something. It could be to do with kids. Like who's going to take the kids, you know, how are we going to split? But it could be, of course, to do with money. And yeah, how to split the goods, right? But there's definitely lots of conflict here. Definitely an ending. Definitely an ending. But ending of the connection itself, but you're still connected through this process here that's going on. So let me know in the comments if it's a legal case or yeah, what's going, if you're allowed to talk about it, of course. I don't know, maybe you don't have an open profile, so that maybe would be okay. Yeah, and then we have the Six of Cups there in your recent past. So that's like a reconnection memory. Like it's something from your past that feels very familiar that has resurfaced here recently. And I think it has brought you some comfort, for sure. Like it's a nice energy, but it's stirring up old emotions here. So this is likely to do with a connection that has been going on for a while. And this is why you're struggling here with the Ten of Swords, because it has ended and you're still quite stuck, like in the good parts of it, like what happened, like how you guys maybe got together. You're reminiscing on your first dates and maybe like when the kids were young, and you know, it's just like you have all these sweet memories, and it's, even though they're sweet, it's being so painful to you right now to know that this was the person that you knew and this is the person that you know now, and you're right in the middle of this chaos here where you're getting to see all the bad parts of this individual. And it's just sad, you know, it's just sad because you're quite, or I mean, you have been, at least in your recent past, a little bit stuck and thinking about that and how you used to be good. Yeah, and then you have the Death card here. So that's a powerful transformation for you. So it's still, like, it's a change card, right? It's the universe clearing space for what's next here. So I know it can feel very destructive, like, but it's a release. It's a hard release, but it's still like the energy, like beyond this card, is of rebirth, right? So that you can step into your new chapter here. So it's nothing to be scared about. It's nothing to, it's not destructing you just for the sake of it, just to be hurtful to you, but it's because it's karma, right? It's contract. So yeah, wow. This is a very important connection here that just And now you're having to deal with like the residual. You're having to tie up all the loose ends around it, and you're still kind of stuck in it, but not in a good way. Like just in a pretty bad way here, with all the burdens that are still left, you know. Yeah, the Page of Swords, and this little plant, asking you to stay curious. And yeah, it's okay to ask questions, right? So you need to do the gathering of information here. But it's telling you to not rush any decisions right now. So just instead, just observe and just listen, right? So that you can learn through that. Because with this card, like, it's all about knowing that understanding is power here. So yeah, make sure to do that. Make sure to do that. And just be in this curious energy here, because it's going to be helpful to you. Especially if it's to do with like gathering evidence against this person, if they did something bad to you. And I know it's hard, but it's encouraging you to do so. This is your advice here, to build more understanding, to chase after more knowledge here, and that's going to be helpful. And the Knight of Wands, surrounding energy. So things around you are moving very fast with this, right? And it feels a little bit unpredictable here. So there's lots of passion in your environment, like lots of momentum going on, but it doesn't feel stable. It doesn't feel stable. So just, wow. Keep your head in its place, right? Keep your wits about you here, because it's rocky. It's an intense week, guys. It's a rocky week. And it's gonna feel like it's a little bit overwhelming here. But it's just a week, right? We're gonna do another one for the next week, and hopefully it's gonna be a little bit more cleared out then at that point. Right, and then we have the Nine of Wands. So, sorry. You're tired. You're very tired. But you're still standing there, right? And you have this fear of, you know, still keep like getting hit over and over. And yeah, you think that you can't take it. At this point, like you're right at the edge of just like breaking down. It's like, no more. Like I can't deal with more, like more paperwork, more lawyers, you know, it's just, but it's showing you your resilience too. So you're way more prepared than you realize, but it's a hard card to see there too, because it's just showing me that this has been extremely hard for you guys. Extremely hard for you to deal with. Yeah, then you have this here. So Seven of Pentacles, that's like a more slow energy. So it's a little bit more reflective, where it tells me that after this card here, with the Death card, like you're assessing your next steps, right? And choosing very carefully your next moves and where you're going to be investing your time and your energy, likely because of this, because you've been looking back into the past and like, how could something this nice end up here? And now you're a little bit freaked out by that what if you invest in something new and it's not going to pay off and it's going to result in the same situation? Or what if I haven't healed this trauma and I'm going to attract something similar again here? So just work on healing that so that you can avoid that specific event from happening again here. But yeah, guys, I have a lot of sympathy for you this week. So it's like, yeah, it's a heavy one. We have Queen of Cups though. So underneath everything, your emotional wisdom and your compassion are actually guiding you here. So even in these like really tough transitions, your heart still remains open, right? And you're very capable of being caring, both for yourself and for other people. But like I said, like this feels connected to this too, like where, of course, you have to be compassionate, but just don't overgive and don't be mindful of like omitting things because you're trying to protect someone that is trying to hurt you here. So if it's the case, yeah, think about that. Think about that. You can still be compassionate, but you still have to protect yourself in these tough situations here. So it's the week a lot about integrity, and yeah, you're definitely at a turning point here where you're gonna have to have lots of patience, and you're gonna have lots of honesty that's gonna be required from you, like way more than any shortcuts or any protection mechanisms here, and just lots of old worries about this ending here. So, but it's gonna open up to help you with your release, you know, what's not fair to you and what doesn't fit you anymore. So yeah, do this, like stay curious and just trust your own emotional depth, and don't let this tiredness here cloud your vision, because with some reflection and some patience here, what's ahead of you is going to be more aligned with the person that you're becoming. And that's all I have for you today, Taurus. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that this reading resonated, and if so, please make sure to give it a like and let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for your weekly energy forecast. Okay, bye!